KROC AM, the following segment on KROC AM is sponsored by the Gwaltney Group of REMAX Results, and Becky Amato is here with me in the studio. Becky, good to see you again, 2 weeks in a row.
Good to see you, Rich.
People are going to start be spreading rumors here.
They will. They will.
Yeah.
Robin and Scott are in Arizona at a meeting, so I'm filling in.
Well, tell them that it's probably nicer weather here than it is there.
I have told her that.
Well, we're going to be, hang on, we're going to be talking about a great possibility for you in Plainview here in just a minute. But in the meantime, we're hearing a lot of news about the shortages of homes, the shortage of homes that are for sale right now. What's going on?
Well, there's lots of things going on, factors that factor into the shortage of homes for sale. We have more buyers in the market. The interest rates are still at an all-time low. It's a little easier to obtain a mortgage than it was just a few years ago after the market crashed and things were so tightened up in the lending industry. And I think one of the things, the sellers fear that there wasn't that long ago, Rich, when we had what we called negative equity. I remember when people were selling their homes
for less than they were worth, or for less than they had into it.
Right, for less than they owed even.
Right.
And some were bringing, we called it cash to close. That wave has turned, and we have positive equity. And I think a lot of sellers that have been in their homes for a while don't realize what their homes are worth in today's market.
Yeah.
And last week I went out and did a market for a couple that's been in their home for several years, and it was worth more than 10% greater than they thought. So they were pleasantly surprised.
You'll go check out, somebody calls you up and said, we're not for sure if we want to sell right now, but we're just kind of...
That's why we'd like you to call the Gwaltney Group.
Yeah. So you can go through and
reach
look
out
at it
to
and say,
us.
This is what we could get for this.
Right. No obligation. It's called a competitive market analysis. We will come in and let you know what your home will sell for, explain the process of selling, and you can determine at that point if it's a reasonable time for you to make a move.
Yeah. With all the home values increasing, when you're comparing rent to buy, is it less expensive to rent?
Well, rents are really at an all-time high. I just closed a house for a gal on Friday who has been in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath twin home, and the rent is $900, and she bought a suite 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, and her payment, her principal, interest, taxes, and insurance is $150 less than her rent.
Plus, you get a lot more deductions. Plus, you get a lot more, value. You get to resell later on, and you get to list it with the Gwaltney Group later on.
You get to list it with the Gwaltney Group later on, or maybe if she's going to move up in 5 or 10 years, or circumstances changes, maybe she should keep that house and use that as a rental. It just depends on where the market of rents is headed. Yeah. We have so many being built. It'd be interesting to watch in the next few years if we're creating our next bubble.
We'll find out.
We will find out.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about this place in Plainview now. I'm looking at the
I even brought you a brochure, didn't I?
Yes, 5 beds, 5 baths.
It is formerly the Teft House Bed and Breakfast of Plainview. It was originally built by Dr. Nathaniel Teft for his family in 1873.
Wow.
And it does have 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, 5 gas fireplaces. It was completely taken down to the plaster and lath, the studs, in 2000 and rebuilt. And then it had significant updating again in 2014. It is a gorgeous house, and you could run it as a B&B, live there as your residential home, or many other possibilities, and it's $259,000.
Wow.
Heck of a deal.
$259,000, we were talking about the money that was put into this place, and you could, if that house was here in Rochester, you could get twice that. More than likely.
More than likely.
Yeah.
More than likely. And like I told you,
Plainview is a short drive away.
Short drive. From my house to Plainview, Minnesota. I live northeast Rochester. It takes me less time to get to Plainview than it does Fleet Farm. And it's a beautiful drive, and Plainview's a wonderful community.
Oh, it is.
Great school system there.
All right, so if you have questions or would like to see this home, it's 20 West Broadway in Plainview.
Yep.
5 beds, 5 baths, or just to get more information, you can always check it out online as well. But how do they get in touch with you, Becky?
Well, they can call my cell, 507-251-7099, or visit us at thegwaltneygroup.com.
Excellent. Boy, it's a neat home just to get a chance to look through it, and it might be the one for you.
Might be.
Yeah. Becky, thanks for coming in again, and good to see you.
It was good to see you, Rich.